For thousands of years, ancient Egypt has hidden its most unsettling secrets deep beneath the sands of history. But as historians pushed further into these stone monuments, the findings became increasingly difficult to reconcile with the world we thought we knew. What exactly were they burying beneath the pyramids, keeping locked away for millennia? Long before the modern world existed, this empire claimed the banks of the Nile, growing into one of the most sophisticated civilizations human history has ever recorded. Millions of citizens lived and traded under the intense desert sun, building a society of staggering wealth and engineering that appeared for a time invincible. Yet, even at their height, the state directed an overwhelming fraction of its resources toward massive, silent structures built exclusively for the dead. Over the centuries, harsh desert winds swallowed the markets and palaces, leaving only these colossal stone giants to bear witness to what was lost. This physical perfection was a mask, concealing a civilization that, despite its vibrant daily life, was entirely preoccupied with the mysteries of the void. The pharaohs ruled as the physical manifestations of the divine, living gods whose authority over the Egyptian people was absolute. To project this authority, they ordered the construction of sprawling temple complexes, hauling millions of tons of rock across the sand to build monuments that completely dwarfed the human scale. Deep inside these walls, high priests performed sensory-depriving rituals, ceremonies designed to commune with the gods far away from the eyes of the common citizen. By maintaining a monopoly on spiritual knowledge, the elite class turned the afterlife into a state-controlled asset, ensuring political compliance through the promise of eternity. This grip on the mortal world ensured that every law enacted and every stone laid served a singular purpose, securing safe passage into the unknown. Stepping out of the sun and into the subterranean layers of these monuments, the light vanishes, marking the physical boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. The internal geometry is intentionally disorienting. These steep, narrow shafts plunge downward and sharply upward, designed to baffle anyone who managed to breach the outer stone. Builders engineered false passages, heavy granite portcullises, and lethal drop-offs. Every hallway was a defensive measure designed to isolate the central chambers. Modern archaeologists describe an overwhelming psychological weight when breaking the seals of these environments. Entering spaces that have sat in total darkness for millennia feels like an intrusion on something never meant to be disturbed. These structures function as heavily fortified, supernatural vaults, guarding physical remains and hidden knowledge behind layers of sophisticated engineering. The Egyptians believed death was a transition that required physical preparation. Their highest science was dedicated to halting biological decay to ensure the spirit had a permanent home. This required a gruesome mastery of the human body. Priests surgically removed organs and packed the hollowed cavities with natron salt, forcefully stopping the natural process of decomposition. Beside these preserved bodies, they placed masterpieces of solid gold and lapis lazuli, artifacts forged using sacred geometry to provide the deceased with status in the next realm. They also buried intricate spiritual texts alongside the dead. These scrolls served as literal rulebooks for reciting incantations and navigating the treacherous trials of the underworld. It is the great paradox of their history. The most significant intellectual and artistic achievements of this living civilization were entirely dedicated to the service of the dead. For centuries, these sealed complexes attracted waves of grave robbers and early explorers, risking their lives to plunder the forbidden treasures hidden in the dark. Organized archaeology eventually transformed the landscape. Locating the hidden entrances required moving thousands of tons of rock and sand in a massive industrial effort. Despite modern tools, these dense carvings represent a massive volume of data, with layers of information we've yet to translate. Certain symbol sequences suggest an understanding of astronomical cycles and engineering precision, falling outside our conventional window of human development. Even with satellite scans and 21st-century science, new discoveries continue to emerge. Humanity remains largely locked out of the deepest, most heavily guarded vaults. This evidence suggests a civilization possessing a systemic understanding of the universe and human consciousness, far beyond the rudimentary tools typically associated with their era. Or perhaps some of these secrets were intentionally buried deep underground because the ancients believed they were never meant to be found. Empires rise and civilizations fall, but the dark secrets of ancient Egypt continue to survive in total silence, waiting beneath the sands of time. Subscribe for more cinematic historical mystery documentaries uncovering the hidden secrets of ancient civilizations.